look back, you realize that the whole point of the mission trips was to activate our teenagers. Everything was generational. I mean, there's going to be a transition. The next generation is going to take over here, and we're preparing them to do that.
Being a youth that lived in that time period where there was so much emphasis on we're here to make sure that you catch this, but that there was a deposit inside of you, that it became life, that you were catching, Jesus is present, he's personal, and he wants to equip you to carry something. Hey everyone, welcome to a very special episode of our Destiny Conversations podcast. Today I've got the privilege of sitting down with somebody that's very special to me, my dad. And we're going to be talking about kind of the history of the church. We're getting ready to celebrate 45 years in October. And we kind of want to talk about kind of what the church was like when we came to the church, the early days, what's changed, what stayed the same, and just have a good conversation. If you guys don't know this, my dad's really great with dates and history. So some of those exact years and events, we're just going to kind of pick your brain, Dad, if that's okay.
Okay.
And get to hear all about it. Share some special memories. So let's go. I prepared some questions, and we're going to kind of go through these one by one. So it'll be fun. So the first one was like, Dad, do you remember the exact date or year or whatever was happening when we first came to the church?
Yeah, it was the first Sunday in February of 1998 when we came. Yeah.
And do you remember anything that stands out from that first Sunday when we came to Destiny Church? Which Country Bible Church at the time?
Well, kind of interesting how we got here. We were really into a church up in Fergus Falls for many years. And it's when, the oldest of our kids had become a teenager. And I remember the Pastor Wally, he wanted to meet with me. He was very prophetic. And he said, I think you should take your family to Country Bible Church. We were Country Bible Church at that time, he says, because they've got an excellent youth ministry there, and I think your kids will connect there. Yeah. I think that's where they belong.
Yeah.
So that's how we got here, and we came, and the thing that really stood out was everything here was about youth at that time. This was 98. The land had been purchased for the youth center by the freeway there.
Right.
And so we came in February, and we actually broke ground and started to build what is Destiny Fitness now in March of that year. So I mean,
a month later.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, so we came in right at that, and there just was, another thing here, because focused on youth, but everything was generational. I mean, there's going to be a transition. The next generation is going to take over here, and we're preparing them to do that. And that just was a mantra, actually. So that really stood out, and it just brought me back. That's why Wally sent me down here with you guys. Wow. I knew this was God's assignment for us. We were in the place we were supposed to be.
Wow.
So
that's so unique to have that confirmation, even just the first Sunday.
Yeah,
walking in.
We walked right in, and so we're home.
Yeah.
And we immediately got involved with everything that we could be involved with.
Yeah. That's so good. I'm trying to remember, even that first Sunday, I remember Gary Wellman coming over and shaking our hand and saying, good morning, welcome to church. I remember that first service, some of the
we come through the door, and there was Gary and Linda.
Yeah.
They said, man, you're home. Yeah. That's what the first thing they said to us. And of course, that was our first time here. And I thought that, so friendly. Everyone was so friendly, you know. When you're a visitor, you always show up early, and one by one, everybody come and greeted us, and it just made us feel very welcome.
Absolutely. Was the church doing anything special in those days, like just kind of the feel of the week, how people were meeting, or events, ministries? A
lot of small group were going on at that time, and the Bible school was going on at that time, and your mom, she immediately signed up for the Bible school. It was right at the start of another quarter, and so she immediately got in that, and we got hooked up in a small group right away. and you know, so we got here Wednesday nights.
Wednesday
right
night
away for
church.
the, you know, the here, and then prayer. We would meet
That's
weekly
right.
for prayer, and we got right in. So man, it was great. I mean, we just because this is where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, lots of times to meet together as a
Yeah.
church body.
Yeah.
When did our family really start getting involved in church life?
Well, immediately.
I know.
It was the first Sunday of February, and we were here Wednesday night. We were here for prayer, and we got into a small group right away. And you guys got in the children's church, and David, he's older, he got into the youth group immediately.
Yes.
Remember, Joe just was a great friend to him, just right away. You know,
Yes.
there was no awkwardness. He just made him feel right at home.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, and Ryan, Pastor Ryan at that time was our
with the
children's
kids,
pastor.
Children, yeah.
I think shortly after that he went for some training.
Yeah.
But it was unique just to walk in, and he was the
here
pastor.
when we first came. Yeah.
And then Doc, I think,
Yeah.
took over for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose at that time the school was going on, so that
Yeah.
was the next thing.
Yeah, the academy. Yeah, so then we got you and Leah in the academy.
Yeah.
Right away
So
too.
we were here probably six days out of the week for sure.
Yeah.
It's probably sometimes 7.
Well, yeah. Prayer. The prayer meeting was on Saturday mornings. At
Oh,
that
it was?
time,
Okay.
So it was.
Yeah,
That was a great place to be.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's good. What roles did you and Mom play in the church over the years?
Well, I mean, right away, like I said, Mom got into the Bible school, and then she volunteered for children's ministry right away because you guys
That's right.
were in the children's ministry, and then boy, like I said, everything was focused on building what is Destiny Fitness now.
Yes.
It was Destiny Center at the time, and so I got involved in that right away, and then
In the actual building, the
yeah,
building.
Yeah, and then small group. We had a couple small groups that we were a part of the first thing, and so man, it was all good. I mean, yeah.
Well, I remember you teaching at chapel at the school.
Yeah. So there was, that was a lot of fun.
And then it was 2002?
Yeah. Well, actually, you know, the youth ministry was. Pastor Mike,
Yes.
who had been the youth pastor, he was starting Church for the Harvest over in Alexandria. So we had we called them touch pastors. It was like youth
That's right.
youth leaders, but they were parents, and so we got involved in that real heavily right away
Sure.
because Mike was spending his time with the church in Alec, you know.
Yeah.
And so yeah. A lot of good times.
Yeah.
We dove right in.
We all grew up together, though,
Yeah.
in that respect.
Yeah, we did.
That's so good. Were there any moments that were especially meaningful to you as a dad, watching your kids grow up in this church?
The ones that really stood out to me was, each of you kids. First time David preached at youth.
Yeah.
First time you led worship and you preached at youth, and then same with Leah when really stood out when she her first message in our youth service. I guess that'd be the big ones for me.
I think that was a great thing.
I couldn't be more proud.
Thanks, Dad. I think that was because of that emphasis on youth. There was the training part of being a youth, but there was also like, now go ahead and try something. And it was met with a lot of encouragement and, like, we believe in you, that God's inside of you, Jesus is working inside of you.
Yeah. Something that was really impressive, too, along those lines. Like I said, everything was focused on youth, and so there was a lot of mission trip going on, but when you look back, you realize that the whole point of the mission trips and stuff was to activate our teenagers. Every one of them.
Sure.
So that's something I really respect about all that time, I guess.
We went a lot of different places. We should talk about this for a minute, because you've been on almost every mission trip, at least from most of that time.
Yeah.
You went to Ukraine several times.
Yeah, at first in the 90s it was Ukraine.
Yes.
But once again, there always were youth that went with on the trips, and then in Sri Lanka was another one. There was the orphanage there, and so those are trips, and once again, youth, and then we got, that's the whole point of, we went to our trips to Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand. And the way we got into that is because we wanted to get our youth band and youth there to preach in those places. And so,
Yes.
so we got there, and we got to India, through that, and well, even we made those trips to Mardi Gras, but they always were bringing teenagers with to activate them and to give them that experience. Because like I said, I remember over and over again, you got to replace yourself here with a teenager, because they're going to run things,
Sure.
when the time comes, and so it was like, that was the seed time, and we got to harvest now, but all the focus was there,
Well, I remember in 2002, you became the youth pastor.
Yeah.
And I don't remember exactly what year it was, but I know by 2006, there was the Bible school here, the Bible college kind of Bible ministry training. And I know there was several that were interning in the youth department, but one of them was Sam. And so I think he took youth pastor position in 2010.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you came into being a teaching pastor as far as the whole congregation goes.
Yeah.
But you can see that handoff because we had that time to learn.
Well, it wasn't. It was more than just Sam. Even so we had youth leadership team, and so just following protocol. Why, as youth pastor, my whole job was to have you guys running everything as soon as you could, and as soon so it was Sam and you and Leah. That was our leadership team, and you did everything. And
got a lot of good experience.
Yeah, and we had, during the early 2000s, we'd have all those activities at what is now Destiny Fitness. There we had that open gym, which a lot of people would come to each week. A lot of kids from the community,
Friday nights,
besides our own church, and then we got into those concerts, and it's like I just had such a respect for the mentality here, because it would scare some people to know how much was spent there, but as long as it was on youth, there was no limit. We just believed God for whatever, because once again, the whole point of what we were doing was raising up a generation, and then that went on with like I mentioned, the missions trip too.
Yes.
And, once again, a rural church, the money was crazy. But it was all is to invest in our future leaders.
Sure. Well, invaluable experience, being able to, bring ministry, bring Jesus all around the world.
Yeah, I think God really
community.
honored that.
Yeah.
That was my feeling about it anyhow. That was what God wanted, and when we responded, man, he made that be effective.
Yeah. Such a yes attitude to things, because that was a decision.
Oh yeah.
Resources, time, efforts, preferences, even.
Yeah, I can't tell you how much I respect Pastor Steve on all that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
And great times, man. We had every bit of it was fun.
We did have fun.
We get like 600 teenagers at those concerts, and every band we had in was the top at the time.
Yes.
And like I said, man, that was Steve's attitude. There's no expense, it's too much, as long as we're reaching teenagers. That was our job.
And they would come from everywhere.
Yeah.
I should just say this, at the time, so it was 2006 through that time period to 2010 maybe, we had Skillet, we had Hawk Nelson, TFK, Pillar, Manifest. They went on.
Yeah.
They were here, so that was huge. We travel and.
Good. I was so pleased on all that you guys got to meet those people and be friends with them. I remember one time we was down at in Wilmer there. Sunshine, and Pillar had just got done coming off the stage, and they saw Joe over there.
Of course.
Every one of them, Joe! Man, so good to see you.
They know Joe. Everybody loves Joe.
It's just, man, a lot of fun. Wow.
Yeah. Well, and
So
then
we were so blessed.
we were.
Yeah.
It was so fun. And then the camps, I mean, we could have, a lot of churches outsource those kinds of things and they go meet up with different, but we put on our own, would put that effort into hosting and organizing. And so we've
Yeah.
had, I mean, some amazing speakers in and ministry, like just marking times as teenagers.
Yeah.
And it was in-house, like some of them were even here on church grounds as well as the Destiny
Yeah.
Fitness.
Being youth pastor here was just like a dream because, I mean, Pastor Steve, he'd pick out the best and get them here, and whatever it takes, you know. Just it was that feeling.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the youth here, they were VIPs, man. Everything was for that because he saw the future.
Sure.
You know.
Sure.
And that was the mentality in the church. I mean, what a great
Yeah.
atmosphere.
Yeah. Well, what a privilege to grow up here. And then
Yeah, I
to
felt
think
like I
about-
grew up here. And what a great privilege.
That's awesome. I'm going to ask you a few more questions. We've got the 45th year
Yeah.
anniversary coming up. And so what are some major milestones? I mean, we've been around the conversations even before we had come here, some of those stories, but what are some major milestones or changes you've seen over the last 45 years?
I think 2010 was a pivotal year. Again, you know, that's when we changed our name
Right.
to Destiny, and you know, people knew the name change, but really we developed a mindset. We wanted to be inclusive because we wanted to reach the community around us, you know, and you know, make a connection, find common ground, so that everyone was welcome.
Yeah.
And that was a major change, turning point there. I think it was great. I mean, when we changed the sound and lights here and really focused on you know, our worship ministry and the YouTube channel and television ministry like that, I think that was a milepost, you know.
Yeah.
Just a lot of good things that just really to reach the area around us.
Yeah. That sense of assignment to our region.
Yeah. I've
Both
seen
in
that.
the building and just in even how we communicated, like to get out into each of those communities that are represented
Yeah.
by our body here. That was some of the stuff. And our tagline at the bottom, discovering life in God's family,
Yeah.
that was purposeful.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
we wanted people to come
Yeah.
and discover.
Everything.
Jesus.
I mean, people saw the name change, but there was a whole lot that went into
Yeah,
that.
a mentality
And
change.
It just was really obeying God, His
Yeah.
direction for the time, you know, and so you really felt good about it while that was going on. You know,
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah.
You knew this is what God wanted us to do, and there was no questions. We just acted.
Just acted, yeah. That was, I remember some of those conversations around that time period. It was rich.
Yeah.
Just the sense of assignment toward those
Yeah.
that are around us and wanting to make sure that the net had been cast, that
Yeah.
everybody could come and find Jesus. It's not just for us. We carry
Yeah.
reconciliation for the world, but for
Yeah.
Ashby, for Elbow Lake, for Barrett, Glenwood, Alec, Fergus.
Actually, I remember it as being an intense 5-year period where whatever it took to obey God, that's what happened. I mean, nothing was sacred.
Yeah.
No traditions, whatever God wanted, that was the deal.
And it feels like that could just be like a overall, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
We're going to obey God.
Any season of the time that we've been here, that's been
Yeah.
That's been
You can
the
feel
goal.
that undercurrent.
Yeah, that's been the atmosphere.
Wow. I'm going to have to pick these questions now. What has the church meant to you personally over the years?
Well, I mean, like I started out with, I knew that we, as a family, were assigned here, and we're here to do anything that we could do to help. And so that's what it's meant to me is that, and because of that assignment, man, I believe that, I have 3 children, and now more and more grandchildren all the time, that they flourished in that.
Yes.
I mean, it was sowing. We're in the harvest now. That was, we sowed seed. This is the harvest. And so, man, it's just, this has been our life since we walked in the door, basically.
Yeah.
And it keeps getting better.
Well, I will say that as being a youth that lived in that time period where there was so much emphasis on we're here to make sure that you catch this, that we did see, I mean, like I got to personally see you and Mom not sit as passive, bystanders to it, but you were along the way of also pouring into other people's children. It wasn't just like your own blood. It was, you really became spiritual parents that were here to make sure that this wasn't just something that you were, around, but that there was a deposit inside of you, that it became life, that you were catching, Jesus is present, he's personal, and he wants to equip you to carry something unique. And I think that there was others. I mean, there's so many of the people that I grew up with, the youth that I grew up with, that I think we can all say that we saw the yes that you guys said, and that what you sowed into us.
Well, so with that said, I mean, think how rewarding it is now to be where we're at now. And I mean, there's been a transition. That generation that we're teenagers that's running everything now, and to see it work, and to see how successful and how God has just been involved in all of it. I mean, that's the dream,
When it still feels like, it's interesting because it's changed. There's been things that's changed, but it still feels like that first Destiny Sunday you walk in, where it's like, this is a family. Yeah. God's here. Yeah. And we say yes to whatever God's doing. Yeah. What a sweet, because that can cover generations now.
Oh, well, yeah, like you and Sam have said right from when you started to be pastors, I mean, 200 years from now, Destiny Church. Right. So you see grandchildren, great-grandchildren. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I think that kind of leads where the next question could be. And there's so much. We could just sit and visit all day. Yeah. Which we typically do without a camera rolling, but maybe.
Well, good times.
But what do you hope to see in the next 5 or 10 years at our church?
I really think we have a unique opportunity. The rural area where we live is just challenged, and children and teenagers, they need a church,
yes,
a place to be a part of. And I mean, I just feel like that's a mandate right now. That's the assignment right now. And I mean, we just, we need to bring the gospel of Jesus Christ to anybody that wants in.
Yes.
And they're welcomed with no restrictions. I mean, just to do what the church is supposed to do and minister to the people around us. That's what I think the opportunity is just amazing.
Yes.
And to be a part of that at this time, wow.
What a gift.
I mean, yeah.
The harvest is ripe.
Yeah, exactly.
And the laborers have been, we've been trained.
Yeah,
so
we got laborers.
We say yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's so good.
Highly trained laborers.
Well, I want to say thank you so much for sitting down. I'm sure there's so many memories specific and just in general, lots. I think this could just be a launching point for a conversation going forward about what we remember, but also the dreams, the prophecies, and the things that we carry in our heart, the prayers for this area, for what God has said. And just thank you so much for sitting down and visiting. And I don't know, remembering. I've always admired your mind, that you remember not just the date, but you remember the atmosphere around it, the conversation around it, the context. And so I appreciate getting a chance to visit about anything that is memories, but also going forward, because you carry the dreams too. So
well, it's been the greatest privilege of my life to be a part of this family. And man, there's no limit to where we can go. I got a bunch of grandchildren.
That's right.
And boy, I just know that God's going to meet every one of them here.
Amen.
So,
Amen.
thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for this podcast. We're getting ready to celebrate 45 years, and that's the first weekend of October. Just want to make sure that you guys are there to celebrate with us, and be ready, be looking out for some more conversations that talk about some of our history, some of our stories, and just still the dreams that we're carrying in our hearts. So thanks again for joining us.